This is still my winter veggies, of course. Planted this in about April, and it's starting to produce now. The broad beans are just coming in.
When did you plant them?
It would have been 6 months ago.
So around March?
Yep.
As tradition has it. Actually, you have got crop on it already. I mean, be it all they're just starting, there's some decent ones coming on. My ones are still like this. But my plants, they're literally about 7-8 foot high.
Yeah, I'd normally have them out by now and have my tomatoes in.
Yeah, so what would you be doing here? So you got celery here?
Yep.
What's in there?
Well, we have to get the camera in there. We've got some turnips.
Yep. So you got a couple of turnips in there?
They're turning to seed. Yeah. So they never grew.
Yeah, so you got the height there. That would be because the soil's a little bit acidic or maybe a bit rich, do you think?
I'm not sure. I haven't discovered why.
Oh, okay.
That's why you're here.
All right, well, I'm just going to tell you that then. Your soil's too acidic. You've got black root, start using it. Have you applied it?
I have used black root,
How much?
The whole bucket. In one purchase. I use it straight away.
What size could I ask?
The big 5 kilo.
Oh, the 4 kilo.
4 kilo.
Well, that does 100 square metres comfortably. So you've actually, wow. Did you use it everywhere or just in one area?
Everywhere, all the garden beds.
All garden beds, okay. And what else do you put in the soil?
Chook pellets.
Okay.
The fertiliser pellets.
The rooster booster stuff?
Rooster booster,
yep. Well, that should be a balanced nutrient. That shouldn't be too acidic. That should actually be almost neutral slightly. So, but then again, that is more of a booster. So that's where you get your height in it.
Compost?
Yeah. What are you burning there in the barbecue? Is it gas or wood? Or charcoal?
Wood, charcoal.
Do you take the ash out of that?
Yep.
And you put it in?
Yep. It goes in the compost first.
Oh, okay.
And then empty the compost.
And you put that into the garden. But still, look, what can I say? The turnips are probably not getting as much light, but again, the carrot's actually quite tall. Have you pulled one out to see what it looks like?
I have, yep. And they came...
Almost as big as us?
No.
It's even smaller than us.
Thin like a pencil. And yeah.
Only this.
Yeah, not very big.
Are we too proud to pull one out now?
Go for it. Pull one out.
No, you pull one out. I'm not going to pick.
All right, what do we got? Let's go this big one here.
All right, pull it out. Oh, that was a real effort.
Yep, there you go.
That's a decent size where you teasing me before you're lying to me.
I just didn't want to take it out.
There you go. Were you expecting it this big or they are this big?
It's been there for 6 months, so I would expect it to be at least that big.
Well, it's nice and straight as well, so it's not too acidic because that's starting to go to seed there. You can see all the fine hairs, so you got to take them out. They're ready to come out, but that's a good size there.
Yeah, I was holding off till you visited. So
thank you so much. There you go.
I wanted to bring something out.
The pride of his produce, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, well, while we're out, let's just pull them all out.
Empty the garden bed. You can see the snow peas, but they only just started producing. Again, that late season.
Late season, it is. Yeah, but it's worth the wait at the end of the day. So if you really go by the current calendar, yes, we're late into the season. We're about to push into the last month of spring, and we still haven't planted.
Well, that's why I got desperate and started planting tomatoes in there.
Where have you planted? Oh, you've got some in there.
There's one there.
I'm struggling to find the sunlight, bud.
It's only just been put in.
Okay, so we're looking at a Adelaide tomato there. Yeah, well, that's how you do it. Just dot it around. As soon as you make room, stick another one in there. Oh, look, I wouldn't worry too much. I reckon our spring's starting late. It's actually a month.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, by my good mate Craig, who'd probably be watching this now at the moment, he'd say to you, spring starts on the 23rd or thereabouts, I think he said, of September.
Okay.
So that's my birthday, mate. So every time spring starts on the 23rd, send me a present.
I'll think of you.
A couple of carrots.
Yep.
No, so if you go by that sort of calendar or schedule, we're actually into the first month, just closing off on the first month of spring.
Okay.
All right, so like the horse races, that's a good indicator. So,
all right.
When was the last time you've been to the supermarket?
Oh, I can't recall. I get everything from here.
You would, honestly. No, I mean, you go there for some things, obviously, but as far as your produce...
Look, this doesn't feed us every single day, but all the salads are made fresh. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, you're not going to get all the stuff that's out of season, and obviously you wouldn't want to buy it all the time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your leafy greens and all that, seriously, have a look at this down the side here. You know, if that backyard's not enough because he's run out of space because his girl's taken over the playground, he goes, bugger you, I'm going to move it out here. Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Let's have a look. So whatever you had out there in the raised planter bed, you replaced it with beds on the side here.
Correct, yeah. That's right. And I had those greenhouses over the top for the winter.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yep.
So you just slide them over the top?
Yep.
That's a great idea.
But it's time to take them off.
Yeah.
These are actually your plugs.
Oh, these are my plugs?
Correct.
Nice. They're coming along really well.
Yep. And we've been eating from it, so of course.
So you're picking out of them?
Yeah,
nice.
picking at it. Cabbages.
What about them?
Can't get them to form a head.
Yeah,
but we still eat the...
Don't worry about the roundness of it. Just go with the leaves. There's a million and one reasons. The heat, I suppose, the acidity levels in the soil again can cause it to become leafy. If you see my ones at the front of the garden centre, because you've popped out there, obviously.
Yeah.
The leaves, actually, I got them in the car. I should bring them out. They're almost as big as you and me.
Well, there you go.
They're that big. They're literally that big. So I'm taking them home to make a stir fry. All the mothers wrap them up. I'm not too fussed about the heads on them so much. I mean, if you want to make a coleslaw, fair enough, but enjoy the leaves as they are.
I have heard to make the head form
by closing
it. Tie it off like that. I did that previously, but
did it work?
It did work, but small.
Yeah, you're still not going to.
And the slugs attack it.
Well, if it's going to form, it's going to form on its own naturally. If you go to close it and push it along, as you said, it will form, but it'll never be the full size. 2 years ago, I'm thinking about how far back on our property that I planted our cabbages, because I didn't plant last year. The year before I didn't, before that, and each time those years, and I remember we had some decent sized full cabbage heads or balls come out of them. Yep. But the last couple of years, last year I didn't plant. This year I did. No, I haven't. I actually didn't plant cabbages there either. I only planted at the store in Coburg, and they've just opened up really big and leafy.
And do they grow tall and skinny like that?
Nah. What's the mix?
Bags of manure, chicken, cow, mushroom, compost.
So you've made a blend of your own?
Yeah.
It could be basically the soil. Well, yeah, spring onions are easy to grow. It probably is the soil that it hasn't caused them to thicken up nice and thick there like that you need them to, because they should still form a decent head on them. It's actually quite loose, your soil, mate.
So that was, because it's its first year. So I layered it all. Yeah. So there's cardboard in there.
So it's
compost, leaf litter. So it's never been turned.
But it hasn't decomposed properly yet.
No.
So okay, that could be part of the problem as well.
And that's why it's dropped as well.
I reckon it just has to, the composting process and the bacteria has to activate in there properly for the plants to be able to feed off it. So they're not getting all the vital nutrients they need out of that. Whereas what I've done in our front garden bed, I've used our planting mix, which is already a range of composted materials from cow. What have we got in here? Cow, compost, charcoal, worm casting, superfood, black grit, cocoa fibre. But these are all aged already. So they've already decomposed. We've done a blend with them, stuck them in, stick your plant in it, and bang, it just grows because it's alive. Your layering is fantastic, but it'll be better for the next season.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm waiting for this crop to come out. Yeah. And I will give it a turn. I don't like to turn upset it.
It's not an illegal thing. It's not illegal.
I know that, but it hasn't been...
guilty. Kill the microbes.
Kill the microbes. You've been talking about it a lot lately, actually.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to make my friend Craig happy. Because I've had this debate with him a lot. You know, like I've grown up digging the soil over, and there's a positive side to that. It's important that we do, but you've got to understand whether your soil needs to be turned over or not. Sometimes you don't have to, and if you've got garden beds that are really active and you've just finished a seasonal crop, and it looks like it's been a successful season, just add to it. Don't turn it over. But if you had a shitty old season and, you know, the plants were leggy and they didn't grow well or they didn't produce whole flowers, well, activate the soil again and have a look what's going on.
Yeah.
Let me show you what leafy greens look like in activated soil.
Let's go for it.
There you go. So that's the stem from the base, right?
Look at that.
Your stem's half that size there.
Yeah.
So the stem on these leaves are like that.
Yeah.
Big fat ones. And again, these haven't formed heads and they've been sitting in the car for the last couple of hours. Organic, because they've been eaten. So we're feeding the grubs. Do you like doing the mothers? Have you ever done that? Mix the rice and wraps?
I think you make the Lebanese tradition.
There you go. Enjoy, fresh from the garden. My wife, honey, this is what happens when you get upset with me. I give it all away. No, she's not upset with me, is she? Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
So that's just 2 plants that I've taken the leaves off the outside of it.
Yeah.
So it can form inside. But again, like if it doesn't form, it doesn't form. Yeah. You know, it's not the end of the world.
No, you can still use the outside leaves.
Oh, bloody hell, if you can use a whole plant, you can use a stem too, just grate that down too.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
There's no part of the plant you can't eat.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's have a look at these oranges.
Let's go for it.